up bright and early for today's comic book day, but to be honest, it's kind of an okay one. We have Transformers, I think 28 coming out, DCKO 3, and then Green Lantern Corps. Besides that, obviously there's a bunch of other comics. I don't know if there's anything else I want. I know there's Logan, Black, White, and Blue, I think, or Black, what do they call it? Black, White, and Red? I don't know, but like the more mature ones. And I very much contemplated just waiting and getting this week's stuff next week, but I had an idea. If I get up bright and early, like I'm talking waking up at like 8:15, 8:30, my comic book shop opens at 10. It's about an hour away for the one that I like to go to. It's really good, so it's kind of worth it each week. I don't know. Maybe it's not, but for now it's worth it. But I wanted to wake up early so that later in the day I have as much time to do whatever I want to. If I want to edit some videos, shoot some videos, if I want to go work out, especially with family or go on a walk or something, at that point, like I can get that stuff done and then I can get a nap later if I need. So I woke up extra early and I can't wait. Honestly, it's nicer getting some of the stuff for yourself done early or later in the day. And then if somebody would really like to do something with you, like lunch, go work out with you, whatever, it's nice to be open. But the plan is I actually wanted to show you guys some of the stuff behind the scenes. I wanted to show you guys the fish tank and what I'm doing with the collecting room. Right now with the fish tank, I just upgraded like 2-3 weeks ago from a 5-gallon to a 20-gallon. I got a couple extra fish. And then with the collecting room, I wanted to show you some of the process of what I'm going through, kind of decluttering and eventually getting rid of a bunch of stuff that I don't want anymore. With some of my hobbies, I feel like I definitely over collect. Comic books are probably getting that way too, but at the moment, I really enjoy it. So I want to show you behind the scenes of that as well. Then we can go get something to eat and get right to getting comics. Collection room, and I am going to be showing you guys a lot of what's going on because I do want to be responsible for it. It is very cluttered. There is definitely too much stuff. Obviously, I understand that. That's why I'm in the process of getting rid of a lot of this. So starting out first, I collect figures. I think most of you on here will know that. If you're not familiar, hey, there you go. I collect figures. Something that I did early on in collecting figures that I regret now is keeping the boxes. Now, for some people, they like it because they have some cool art for some of these. Like, let's say, for example, this Green Lantern one. If you really like this cover on the back that they chose for the Green Lantern Corps Collector's Edition, that's cool. That's fine. If you want to keep your boxes, especially in the case of what I did, if you have very special boxes. So I have these DC ones that aren't very common. We have the Azrael Batman Nightmare Edition, for example, and this one I was sent by McFarlane of a Superpowers. But besides that, now I'm just going to basically keep my SHF, Mafex, and maybe some of the brands I try. Like you can see a G.I. Joe and Transformers, but that's it. Because besides that, it will clutter a room so quickly. And if you think this is bad, peekaboo, the whole top of my closet boxes. It does help give a, I guess, recognition to how many figures I have. I also have a lot of Funko Pops left. So most of this stuff in this room, a good chunk of it is going. Some of the only things staying for sure, like my manga. This looks so nice. I just did this recently. We got all the manga in here. Most of it is alphabetical, especially that middle line. But then with this shelf, it doesn't have enough room so that all 3 shelves can be the same size. So I have this smaller one for these like uniform sized manga, like the really normal size. The bottom one, I have some of my bigger ones, and the top 2 with some of these hardcovers. And then what else? I just hit my knee on my chair. This is my setup for right now. It is cluttered. There's some stuff I put around it that won't be there, like my Pokemon binders. I need to go through and see what I still want and what I don't. The nice thing about this is in these binders, this is my one for Slowpoke, Slowbro, Slowking. Those are some of my favorite Pokemon, if you want to know. And that's what I'm collecting. I'm collecting all their cards. Now that I'm kind of out of the hobby, I don't know if I'll make sure to collect each and every card because I know Slowking, I think, has some expensive ones. But for time being, that was what the goal was, and I have a good chunk of them. And I've gotten some more, so I'm going to put those in there. And then any extra space will probably go to some of my extra cards I want to keep. Same with, this is the Latios binder. I know there's going to be so much extra room. So I've been going through the cards that I want for sure, that I'm kind of in between on, and then the ones I really want to sell, and just kind of putting those in the binder. Besides that, there is some comics hanging around. This is my To Be Read. I think that too. But besides that, basically, I just have to get stuff put away. But yeah, like it's a mess. I don't recommend ever getting into over collecting, because then your room will look like you're hoarding. The tank looks like it's got a little bit of algae in this middle part just because of the light, but we got the sponge filter in the back. You can see my finger on the reflection. I really like it, and this makes a sound like I'm somebody who will sleep with a fan. This makes like a slight buzzing sound that honestly helps me sleep more, I feel like. But I got a bunch of plants in here. At the moment, I'm not great with like the scientific names for some of this stuff, but I think these have to do something with cardinal. They're just like kind of smaller plants, but what's funny is they stay small. These are the same thing. I just had one, I guess, or a couple that really took off. But I got the sponge filter in the back, you know, temperature obviously, and a heater just in case. And then I got this nice like little rock thing that shoots up oxygen for them. So I think it, from my understanding, it puts more oxygen in the air, which obviously fish need. And then on top of that, I actually have a fish in here, I'll show you in a second, that will go onto it and just like rise up. It's really cute. But you can see too, also this is kind of an inside joke between me and my buddy that put the tank together. They'll put like in the tanks inspected by whatever, just in case there's any cracks. So I just keep it here so that like the joke being if anything goes wrong, it's like, oh, it's Brandon's fault. But anyways, you can see throughout the tank too, there's some scattered like nice little rocks and stuff. These are ones I found on the beach, so I thought it was just pretty cool to put them throughout. I would say just give them like a nice little clean off, and then you can put them in. I do want to tell you guys the names real quick so you know for future reference. That's Bubble. Bubble got named by my girlfriend because of going up and down the bubbles. It's like the main fish that does it. Then we have my male beta, Neptune. I wouldn't really recommend putting male betas in with other fish because they're pretty aggressive. For whatever reason, Neptune really likes the Corys. Otherwise, I would have them separated. Besides that, we have Cory Jr. We have, like I said earlier, Bubble, which is an albino Cory catfish. We have Poe, the panda catfish. And then finally, this unnamed one I just got recently. It was at PetSmart, and they have these neon Corys, and I'm like, that's so sick. I need one for the tank. Well, the first one I got was green, and then that one sadly passed, and I just, what do you call it? Like, I swapped for this one, but I can't tell if this is yellow, orange, or green, because that's the colors they had, so that one still needs to be named. But that's all the fish. I want to show you guys the fit before I get headed out. So starting from bottom to top, I got my black and white Adidas. I think these are just like, I think they're athletic shoes or like gym shoes. I could be wrong, but I had these from when I was in school. I didn't wear them that much, so now I like recently refound them, and I'm like, I added to the rotation. But then we got the Dockers pants. These are just really comfortable, and especially for the drive I have to the comic book shop, it'll be nice. And then finally the shirt. We got the Emerald Twilight 2 Green Lantern. My girlfriend got this for me for Christmas and set it up with, this might be niche. Let's see if you like it. Oh, my favorite character of all time. Like, you hit the nail on the head, buddy. Like, that's great. Yeah, this is sick. I got all my books, but I'm a little bit confused. I'm glad I asked for a receipt just in case. I think there was some off, but I think it's supposed to be 25% off. So it came out to $34.73. So keep that in mind when I show you all these books, and I'll tally them up at the end. But here's what I ended up getting. Starting out, we got Dungeons of Doom. One of the reasons I love this cover is I think at Universal Studios in their Marvel section, there's this ride for Doctor Doom. I think it's one of those you go up and it drops you real quick, and then like whatever, you know, like a drop tower. That's what they're called. And this is basically how the wall looks like that you go through to get to the ride. So I thought that was cool. On top of, I was already really enjoying the One World Under Doom stuff. So anything else I was basically going to tap into. And I heard that, I think the whole premise for that story is Doom has some kind of treasure hidden away that people are going to be looking for. So I think that's what that is, like, you know, like a dungeon. Makes sense. Then we got issue 1 of Null. I think Null is such a cool character. I do want to see what they do with this though. Because some of the stuff for Marvel I haven't been enjoying recently, but this week I kind of did the opposite. I was like, I feel like I've been picking some bad ones. Let's see if that's the case, or I just haven't been enjoying the Marvel stuff. I see Ewing. So if it's Al Ewing, I have like very, very high expectations in this, or like faith, I'll say more, because I want to give it a fair shot, not like anything crazy. And Percy writes Dungeons of Doom. I don't think I'm as familiar, so we'll see on that. Then we got Hampton for Green Lantern Corps, issue number 12. I just usually like Green Lantern Corps no matter what. I like getting to see the Green Lantern Corps constantly, and of course the other Lantern Corps, because they are used a little bit throughout, and they did have some really cool stuff with the Starbreaker Supremacy. Lately, I've been feeling like it's okay. The last issue, I was talking about in one of my videos, and I didn't give it enough respect. It was pretty cool. They had Effigy. They had this really nice, I think it's John and Ellie stuff. And what was the other thing? They are setting up a new villain, like a water-based one, so kind of cool. Next, I almost got the normal cover with this as well, but I felt like, why spend the extra $6? I love this cover enough. This is the one I'm going to get. On the front, it has Superman versus Guy Gardner. It has like that 8-bit look, or 16. I don't know what it would technically be. Maybe it's 32-bit. I don't know. Clearly, I don't know my stuff. But basically like a fighting game cover. And it has a bunch of the other contestants that are still in the games. You have Superman, Wonder Woman, Lex Luthor, Aquaman, Joker, Cyborg, Guy Gardner, and Zatanna. So, I mean, that's just such a cool cover. I had to get it. Another DCKO tie-in here. We have Aquaman number 13. It says Queen Mara versus Princess Androna, which I might have to reread. How is Mara back alive? I thought she was dead. So, is it when they're growing up before Aquaman comes back to save them? I don't... That's a head scratcher there. Or it's something to do with the tournament where maybe she comes back. I don't know. Comics, you know? Next, we got Transformers issue number 28. I was looking through the covers, and honestly, I wanted cover E the most because I think Thundercracker is such a well-designed character. Like, he looks so cool. But sadly, my comic shop had it. It was already spoken for, and it was $25, so... I don't mind that it was spoken for because I wasn't going to get it. And the last surprise, Ultimate Endgame blind bag. I am like nowhere near caught up in the Ultimate stuff at all, but I didn't want to miss out on the blind bags. I figure eventually I am going to read the Ultimate stuff. I already read issues, I think 1 through 6 of Ultimate X-Men. I enjoyed that. So far, I think I read issues 1 and 2 of Spider-Man. Enjoyed that. I think I read issue 1 of Ultimate Wolverine. Guess what? Enjoyed that. So I'm going to have to go back and see how I feel about the rest. I still have to read Black Panther and the Ultimates, but so far the rest have been good. All right. I'm really nervous because I feel like I like most of these covers. I wanted the Spider-Man Chip Zdarsky the most, but that's, from what I heard, pretty rare. So we'll see what we get here. Okay, hold on. I am genuinely kind of nervous. Hold on. Okay, we got them fighting the Maker on the front. It's Spider-Man, Wolverine, Black Panther, and then on the back, oh yeah, it's an ad. Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, that's a pretty cool cover. I was hoping for either this one or the one that I think has Doom on it. Like, it's a bunch of characters. I think there are like both on both sides of it on the spine or something. I can't remember. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm happy with that. I thought that was going to be $10 because I think some of the DC blind bags are around that. So I was like, if it's $10, this is going to be a little interesting. But yeah, I'm happy with the stuff I got. Also, I don't know if I showed you guys. I just got McDonald's. Usually for breakfast, if I'm in a rush, I'll get McDonald's and I'll get 2 sausage and McMuffins and an orange juice. I already obliterated it on my way here. But yeah, today's a pretty good day. So let's go home. Let's talk some more comics and we can wrap this thing up. It was on the way home, so I decided I would stop at PetSmart just in case they have any different type of Cory catfish. And at the same time, they have a Ollie's too. So I'm going to check out both of these and let you guys know if I find anything. There's so many cool fish here, like these rainbow sharks I found. My girlfriend bought her little brother one, and they are so cool when you put them in your tank. I also have some of these really cool neon green Corys that I like, you can see in here. I love how big they get, and they look so cool. They have some panda Cory catfish like I have in here too. I think this is the species of the one I have for Cory Jr., the Julie Cory catfish. That looks just like him. I'm not even tall enough to see, but if they have any of these, I might get one. That is so sick. I can't even tell. I don't think so. They got a green Cory catfish in this one. They kind of always look more blue to me than anything. They got some albinos in here too. And they had, but I don't think anymore, some peppered Corys as well. I'm satisfied. I don't think I'm getting any today though. What beautiful weather we're having. But anyways, I'm headed over to Ollie's real quick because it's right nearby. It's literally next door to the PetSmart to see if they have any cool collected editions for a really good price. Honestly, at the price point some of that stuff is at, not bad. Did I grab anything? No, but pretty decent deals. All right, I'm finally back home. I gotta say, on the way home, these last 2 weeks, the hour and back, I'm rethinking it a little bit. The deals are there, but wow, having 2 hours drive time every Wednesday, every week, if I do go every week, I'm tempted to go every other or see because it's a little interesting. I mean, even when I used to go to Canada, it would usually be like 30 minutes there, 30 minutes back, unless I had to wait at the border for a while. But even that was a little bit, so we'll see. I think my family's talking about moving, and if we move where we say we're gonna, it would be like 30 minutes instead. But that's still kind of a decent bit, so I don't know. For now, I'm happy with the comics I got and getting comics, but I think I'm gonna have to rethink the whole comic book shop thing and where to go, but we'll see. It's just a week by week thing. I'll keep you guys updated, but thank you guys so much for watching the video. In future videos, I think I'm going to try to recap. Sorry, I had an alarm go off and it cut the video. But anyways, I think in next week's vlog on, if not in the next coming weeks, I'm going to try to recap that last week's comics a little bit so that if anybody skipped out on one, they're like, I don't know, maybe I did want that. I can put out a video and they can be like, you know what? This upcoming week, I'm going to get it for New Comic Book Day. But that's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you have any recommendations or if you like the extra stuff in this video. If not, I'll cut it out. But I do like having a little bit extra rather than, hey, I'm going to get comics. Hey, I got them. Hey, I'm back. Bye, guys. Like, that's cool. But each video I feel like needs just a little extra something, a little extra oomph to, like, get people's attention. But besides that, you guys have a great rest of your day. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe. It helps so much. Besides that, I'll see you later.